welcome to Mile High. Oh, shit, not Mile High. We're the 5280 Sports Guys.
Coming at you from a mile high.
Yeah, from the Mile High. This is your host, MK, and...
B squared right here. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, here to get you up to date with, local Denver sports, such as Denver Broncos. You got your Mile High Mammoth and your Denver Outlaws. Going with the MMA fighters as well, and boxing. Local fighters in boxing, local fighters in MMA. Covering UFC, Bellator, any other sports that you can think of, we'll be covering it.
Don't forget about our Denver Nuggets and our Colorado Avalanche.
There it is.
Giving you updates from them.
And the Denver Broncos, which I think we left out.
Not many people want to be talking about them right now.
Yeah, right now. But, so, that's what we're all about. Let's see here. Be covering on this segment, we'll be covering the Super Bowl, somewhat of the Pro Bowl. I think there's a lot of the Super Bowl that we could be talking about today. And covering UFC Fight Night 60 and talking about the UFC 183 next week.
Coming up.
And I'll be covering some of the fantasy picks that I've done for MMA. That's what we'll be covering today, I guess.
All right, where do you want to start?
Let's go ahead and start with tonight's fights, because they're about to start in the next 20 minutes anyways.
All right, who do we got on the ticket?
The main cards are going to be Alexander Gustafsson against Anthony Johnson, which is the main card. Those guys are supposed to be fighting against, the winner of those two will be fighting against John Jones.
Bones Jones.
Yep, Big Bones.
And he does not want to see Gustafsson or whatever his name is again.
Yeah, he doesn't want to see him.
Dutchman or Swede, whatever he is.
Swedish.
It's the Swede.
And that's when they're fighting in Switzerland tonight. And
nice.
let's see here. Another big name is going to be Dan Henderson against who has he got? He has got Mousy. He's gonna be
That's a
fighting
tough
Mousy.
name.
Yeah.
I'd be scared of Mousy.
I think that dude's from Germany. Dude, they're both fighting at 185 tonight. Another big fight is gonna be Ryan Bader versus Phil Davis. And the other big name is gonna be Sam Cilia, and he will be fighting
No one picked that up so you can read it.
Alright.
It's all right.
What is that? Kosiana.
Kosiana.
Yeah.
What weight class are they in?
I think they're gonna be lightweights or welterweights.
Oh, so it'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Not enough
fast
power to knock
paced.
each other out.
The actually favorites for this fight is gonna be Gustafsson, Mousy, Phil Davis, and Coryasin. I think that it's a little crazy that they got Phil Davis going as favorited for against Ryan Bader.
Why is that?
Because I think Ryan Bader's a better fighter than Phil Davis.
Yeah, okay.
But I do know that Ryan Bader came off of a loss, and I think Phil Davis was coming off of a win, which could put the favorites or put the numbers in effect there. Also, Alexander Gustafsson's coming in as a favorite against Anthony Johnson, and
Makes sense. You can't knock that dude out.
that's true.
Shit is cast iron.
The Rumble's got some power, so we'll see how that goes. It's good. That was a tough fight for me because I like Gustafsson and I do like Johnson. They're both really good fighters, and I think either one of them is gonna go up against Bones Jones pretty well. I know everybody wants to see the rematch against Gustafsson and Jones. So.
Yeah, right? Jones better learn some submissions because he ain't knocking that dude out.
No, it's not happening.
Learned that in the last fight.
But, yeah, and Jones is going to... He's most likely to probably pace the fight anyways. I think Jones is deeper. I'm starting to learn Jones is deeper in the championship rounds than most fighters he goes up against. Just such as how he kind of took out Dale Cormier and Alexander Gustafsson. He took him out in the deeper rounds.
Okay.
Another one is Mousy and Dan Henderson. I think Dan Henderson coming off the loss. He got knocked out, I believe, against Shogun, and Mouse had a good fight. I think
Now these guys are heavyweights?
they're fighting at, I believe, middleweight, 185.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
It's a heavy mouse.
and they got Mouse at ranked number 8 for pound, and Henderson, I believe, is ranked number 9 right now. So that's gonna be, I think, a huge effect is gonna be Dan Henderson's age, but I think that he could wrestle the shit out of him.
Yeah.
So
they're not really going to go anywhere in the rankings from this fight either. You know, it's 9 versus 8.
No,
Were
yeah,
they
I
going
don't
to flip flop?
I don't think they're. I think it's literally just gonna be a
battle for the
I don't know,
bottom.
because Dan he's been bumping around with light heavyweight, middleweight, heavyweight. Like, he's been all over the board. So
Okay, so he needs to make up his mind.
He's
Decide
literally-
where am I going to fight?
I seriously think
What am I gonna do?
I think he's a stepping stone for some of these fighters now.
Oh, okay.
Because he's like a legend, already automatic Hall of Famer. If
Uh.
not already put in the Hall of Fame, dude just needs to retire by now. Phil Davis, Ryan Bader. That's gonna be a good fight. I think that's gonna probably most likely go to decision. If
Boring.
yeah, if it does go to decision, either one of those fighters could take it. Phil Davis most likely could probably submit Ryan Bader, but Ryan Bader's got the power to knock Phil Davis out. So
Okay, so contrasting styles.
yeah, Ryan Bader is more of a striker I've seen, and Phil Davis is definitely a wrestler. And and with going back to the Gustafsson and Anthony Johnson fight, that if that goes into the deeper rounds, I think Gustafsson's gonna take it from Johnson. And if Johnson can land one of those hooks or one of his heavy punches, he could possibly. He's got the power. He could possibly knock Gustafsson out, but I don't see that happening.
Alright.
And then the Sam Cilia fight and Corsiana fight. I think that's gonna go to decision. Both those guys got pretty heavy decision statistics. I think Sam is, when I looked at it, was at 7 decisions to Corsiana's 5 decisions. So I think it probably might go to decision. If not, then it's gonna be a submission because they're both pretty high in submissions too.
Okay, so they're going to be rolling around on the ground a lot.
Yeah. Then so my fantasy picks is I got Gustafsson, and it was tough. I actually had to go both ways on that. I ended up putting a parlay on Johnson.
Picking the Swede.
Just for a
Good thing for
knockout.
blondes, don't you?
You know that. I'm taking Mousy over Henderson because I think Mousy's just younger and he's kind of coming up in the rankings and stuff like that. And Henderson, I think, is just his age is getting to him, and I don't think he should be around much longer. I mean, he's, like I said, he's probably one of the toughest guys, definitely for like any kind of fight, really, anywhere from middleweight to heavyweight. The dude's gonna go with you. He's either gonna brawl with you or wrestle with you. He's gonna bring the game. He's gonna bring it. I took Ryan Bader against Phil Davis because, for one, I was liking Phil Davis for a moment, but I think he's too arrogant, and I think he kind of lets that get to him. But I think he's a pretty outstanding fighter. I just think Ryan Bader is a better fighter, just from the stuff that I've seen with Ryan Bader. Also, I'm taking Cecilia against Corsiana because I think Sam Cecilia's got a little bit more in the tank than Corsiana does. Plus, you always got to go for a couple underdogs while you got the two main dogs going at it too.
But would you put down $100 on that or not? That's the real test.
Sam
Would you throw a C-note on
Cecilia?
that fight on him?
Probably.
All right.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, like I say, he's climbing up in the rankings and stuff like that. So, I think for sure it should be
Gotta
pretty
put
good.
your money where your mouth is.
But my parlays are basically the first 3 fights. I put 500 on Gustafsson, Mouse, and Ryan Bader. Ryan Bader is actually underdog too, so that bumps it up a little bit. But yeah, I'm taking the first, basically the 3 main cards. Then there's gonna be some undercards, but I haven't done enough research on most of the fighters, so we can move on with that. We got UFC 183 coming up next week.
Who we got on that card?
I wrote down the main cards, and by the way, hey, you guys watching this, if you guys want to hear all, all my picks and whatever not on the MMA stuff, then let us know in the comments, and I'll do as many fights as you guys like to know. I'll do the full card from, 12 bouts if it needs to be. So,
God, I love them prelims.
The prelims are
fights
good.
Every time we're in those prelims.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Guys you never heard of them, may never see again, but they go at it.
Yeah. 183 should be good, though. We got Anderson Silva coming back.
Oh,
yeah.
Finally.
He's coming back against...
Is he getting a title shot or not?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
Dana White... well, this is what I've heard, is that Dana White stated that if Anderson, I think, wants a title shot or beats his next 2 opponents, then he'll get a title shot. Something like that. Something like that. It's either if he wins this fight, if he wins this fight, then he automatically get a title shot, or it's 2 fights. But he's number 1 contender.
It was it. He didn't really lose the belt. He broke his freaking leg.
I know, but
how can you hold that against him?
But Anderson Silva wanted to fight Nick Diaz. He wanted to fight Nick Diaz. So this is the comeback. Yeah, this is the comeback fight that he wanted. Like I said, I think Dana White stated that if he came back, he could automatically get a title shot. I think is what he stated.
Yeah.
So you got Anderson Silva against Nick Diaz, and
feel bad for you, Diaz.
Yeah, he's probably gonna get rocked. I think the Spider's gonna submit him in probably the first, second.
Is it?
I don't
Okay.
think
It's going past first.
I don't think it's going past first. But Nick Diaz,
it's not going to be that long of a night.
But you can't put Nick Diaz out of the bag either. Nick Diaz he's got great defense, jiu-jitsu defense, and I just don't think he's gonna do anything to beat Anderson Silva. If my opinion is if Anderson Silva loses, then maybe Anderson Silva's not ready.
It's time to retire.
He's one of the greatest. He could retire if he wanted to.
Yeah.
He'd be set. But yeah, I don't think Nick Diaz is going to beat him. If he does, awesome. Nick Diaz has been out of the game for a year, maybe a year and a half. He might be even going on 2 years. I don't know. Dude freaking picks his fight just like his brother. They're the worst. But they're great fighters in the ring. Another one is Tyrone Woodley versus Kelvin Gastelum. And I love Tyrone Woodley. So I think that he's going to knock him out. It's going to be a 3-rounder. Tyrone gets gassed pretty quickly, so that could hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know much about the fighter that he's fighting, so going with Tyrone on fantasy picks already because I just like Tyrone's fighting style, and he's got the knockout power, and if he hopefully worked on his stamina this go around because he lost against Roy McDonald last. And, I mean, it was embarrassing. The dude shouldn't even been in the octagon. That's how bad it was. The other fight is Joe Luzon. I always mess his name up. Luzon. Yeah. And against Al Capone Lacana. And he is... I think Joe's going to take it. I think he's going to take it in a decision. With the striking that he's got and stuff like that, I think he's going to pretty much...
So you think it's going the distance?
It'll go to distance. I don't think Joe's got the power.
Striking ain't that good then.
Well, I don't think he's got the power. He's lanky.
And
the other guy, I think, has got a pretty solid chin.
I was going to say, McGregor's pretty lanky, and he's got some power.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive last week.
Yeah. We'll be talking about him, too.
Yeah.
He's like the highest paid... Him and Cowboy Cerrone were the highest paid guys last week.
All right.
I think
the two main car guys?
Yeah, I think both of them combined made 800,000 plus. That was with all their... I'm pretty sure all their sponsors, their prize money, and their performances.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. Cowboy won, didn't he?
Yeah.
There was some BS.
Yep. I don't think Cowboy showed up.
I don't know.
Love Cowboy Cerrone, by the way. Cowboy Cerrone is probably one of my favorite fighters.
Yeah.
Dude shouldn't have won that fight.
It was a weak effort.
Yeah, Ben Henderson freaking got robbed in that, and I just don't think Cowboy pulled it out. He was looking a lot sluggish. I think Henderson had his number, and the judges were sleeping.
I wonder if the UFC overpaid him just for fighting for 2 weeks.
I was
Just
trying to
saying
figure.
thanks for hooking us up for we'd have to cancel this fight.
No, I think I was
That's
trying
another
to.
big
I was
name.
trying to look at the at how they pay out, and I don't know if they double the amount that they're gonna make. Like, so they set the purse, and if they double the amount that they're gonna make, or if they or how it works. Because I was looking at the numbers, and
Well, I guess winners definitely take more.
yeah, but it's like they matched his earnings with his win. Like all the
Okay.
winners, their earnings were matched. So like even with Conor McGregor, he his earnings were matched, and then he got the 50,000 performance bonus as well.
Oh, nice.
So
It's not bad.
yeah. See here, get back to 183. Got Tim Botch versus Thalves Lester, and I'm pretty sure I butchered that, but Tim Botch is coming off of a loss. I think he's gonna pretty much take the cake on this. He had a pretty bad fight recently, and what you call it, just looked sluggish. It was I think it was for a number 1 spot, and he just didn't. He wasn't there.
Oh, was this dude you're talking about? Think he might have cut too much weight and just lost the energy, or was that someone else?
No, that was somebody else. That was
Okay.
Shoot, who was that last week? Oh, shoot, Chris Pinyard.
Pinyard?
Yeah,
What were you thinking,
Pinader.
Penny?
Yeah, that dude needs to go to 205. Or no, that guy needs to go to middleweight. He's at welterweight right now. He's not. I don't think that's where he needs to be. And those are the next 2 fights. I know another thing is a week after that, Misha Tate's got a fight. Ian McCall.
Ronda's coming up soon,
Ronda will be coming up soon.
right? She's the beginning of February, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it either beginning or the end? I'll have to double check on that. I know it's the next pay per view in February though.
Yeah.
And then
Can't wait.
Yeah. I've been waiting for that fight for about since
What's it been,
since
4
the
or 5
Ultimate
months?
Fighter.
now?
No. Since the
Oh,
Ultimate
yeah.
Fighter when she fought Misha Tate again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Kat, and then Kat had Kat blew her knee out, I think, and then had some issues, some family issues and stuff like that. So then it kind of pushed her out of the UFC, and then now she's back, and freaking Kat's gonna get her shot, and I think Kat's gonna take it from Ronda. I don't care about all y'all Ronda Rowdy fans. Don't care. Kat Zingano's a beast. Plus, she's local, so you gotta go for her, right? So those are the big fights in 183.
Do you have a wrap up? Let's wrap it up for here.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, my picks on those are probably going to be Anderson, Woodley, and yeah, pretty much all the big names that I named. Anderson, Woodley, Joe, and Tim are probably going to be my fantasy picks on those. Well, they are going to be my fantasy picks. It's already done deal. So with that, we're going to wrap it up with the MMA. Oh,
Let's close it out.
there is one more thing I got to close out. Let's talk about the injuries from last week. You got
Go 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. Here's some big stuff that happened. Kungley retired. Seavers suspended for 60 days. Medicals. These are all medicals. Hall's 180 unless cleared. Tiabo's 45. Howard's 45. Holman's 180. Case is 180. Perez is 30.
Wait,
Rose is
days
60.
suspended?
Yeah,
or...
these are days suspended.
Damn, how many
Medicals.
guys got suspended?
Yeah, medical.
Oh, no, medical. That's not suspension, is it?
No, it's still suspension unless they're. Yeah, it's pretty much a medical suspension.
It's like
for,
baseball, right? We're on the disabled list for so many days.
I guess, yeah, it would be
Okay.
similar to that, but they
Yeah.
call them medical suspensions.
Okay.
O'Connell's 30 days. Van Buren's 180. 30 or unless cleared, then he goes to third. He has to have 45 days, 30 days no contact. Sanchez is 30 days, and Mashiudu is 180 days unless cleared with his right knee. So yeah, that's all the UFC stuff going on right now.